Hey guys, it's Sunday today, Sunday whatever the date is, I wouldn't have a bloody clue. Had a good weekend, had good weather, probably 30ish. It's about 30 degrees now, but that's in the shed. It's getting close to 6 p.m. So this weekend I was playing with the paints. I got me metal flake come in. So I did the bonnet scoop in white, the white that I was initially going to use on this car. Hosed a couple of coats of clear over it with the metal flake mix, and it looked shit. It looked absolute shit. It almost turned it into a pale green, much like you would have seen on a HG Holden Ute or the early Holdens, which probably look okay on them, but not for this. I'll give you a look. This is pretty much it here. It does pop in the sun, but that's probably pretty heavy too. That's a couple of coats of green over the white, but the whole thing's turned green metal flake, sorry, has turned I don't know if that's coming up at the moment, but yeah, no, I was not happy with it. Yeah, so I had some black there that's been sitting in the cupboard. I'm trying to think. I bought that when I painted my Land Cruiser, and that'd have to be 5 to 6 years ago. It was unopened, black gloss acrylic, so I laid some of that down. And put 2 coats of the clear with the metal flake, 30 grams of metal flake per litre. So I mixed that, and the results were pretty bloody nice actually. Although I had trouble with the paint, it was coming out when I first used it. It came out like cobwebs. I'll give you a look too. So whether it's just, and then all of a sudden it started to come good. I threw a bit more thinners at it and it started to lay on real nice. But I'll show you what's going on. See that spider webby effect there? I was just shooting a bit over this door. Look at that. There's red dust on that, but it's almost like, I don't know what kind, you can see it down here. It was just coming out like spider webs. All of a sudden it came good. So I did that and laid two coats of metal flake, the green, it's a forest green metal flake, over it. Then just showered on the clear after that, and this is what we come up with. And the camera might not even be doing this justice, but I think this colour would suit this car a lot more than that, so we're going to have a go at it anyway. But I laid a bit over the corner of the roof, and the reason I did that is so I can actually get there and wet rub it, wet sand it, and then polish the living piss out of it and just see how it pops up. This here is pretty good off the gun, but with this type of panel you can just you can hose the clear on, and you're pretty much safe for runs. But the sun's just ducked behind the clouds. It really pops this just a light smear of clear. I'll show you the roof, and I'll show you what else I've been up to on it. Focus, thank you. Got some tyres, long way off, but this thing had 2 3.5s on the front of it, and I had to get something because this one's got a dirty big hole in it. That's a 235 on, no sorry, 225 on it. No, it's a 235. But I went back to a 215, probably more due to the fact that that's what we got at work. Started to, these are bloody old rims, so I'll clean up pretty good. The actual rim itself, I've given that a bit of a quick coat hit, but I've just got to do those centres. but they'll come up alright. So they're going back to 215. And they're not bad on those rims. They're not tight on there, and when you look at that compared to that, yeah, you don't know until it's all back together and they're sitting on the car. The other thing that's be good with them is they will be a lot less. They'll be a lot easier on the suspension and steering and that. Of course, I know this thing was a dog to steer. It had 235 recaps on it when I drove this thing home. So, and as you can see there, for an old wheel, they're not bad. They're not bad. So here's the bit I laid on the roof. It's covered in dust because I've tore the paint off the back of this car. I'll just see if I can de-dust this corner. Focus a bit. It just depends. It's I don't know whether it's peely from the gun or whether that's the flake that's a bit peely. That's why I'm going to let it sit for a few days, maybe a week. Hopefully we've got another warm week. And then I'll hit it with the, you can see the effects that this flake's got, which I do kind of like. So, sorry, I keep accidentally listening to the cricket, hoping the gauge can beat the stars in the Big Bash. Yeah, so we'll wet rub it and just see how it pops when it's done. And if it pops how I'm hoping it'll pop, then I think I'll just go with it. It's different. So yeah, that's the colours. Like I said, it's a forest green flake, 2 coats over a gloss black, and then there's probably, I don't know, there's a few coats of straight clear over that. Probably could have done with a bit more, but it is what it is. So that's where it's at. That's where it's at the moment with the colours. It's all depending. If that pops how I hope it does once I wet sand it and then throw a polish over it, it's probably a strange way to experiment with it, but you only do it once, don't you? Then we'll go with it. But I will have to buy some more paint because the paint I had, although unless I didn't stir it properly, I'm not sure, but it come good, but at the start it was spitting out like bloody, it was hitting the steel like cobwebs and hammer tones, so that was a pain in the ass. Yeah, now I've put plates in the right hand rear quarter where the rust was. I cut a section out there. That bastard. There we go. That's the back section of it. Took that out and put another piece in, and then there's another small piece up the top and the dog leg of the rear wheel arch. That's got filler in it at the moment, just to tidy it off. Probably needs one more hit, and I'll get that done during the week, that quarter panel. So while that was curing, I zapped the boot back, bare metal. Well, I didn't really, half bare metal the boot. Cleaned up all the inside around the back of the windscreen and the rear of the car, the beaver panel. Bear in mind, I've still got to do that left-hand corner, but because I've backed this car back in, pushed it against the wall, I can't get into the bastard. So that will come later when I actually take it out and spin it again, but I won't do that until the right quarter and the right hand side of the body's done. Then we'll get onto that, and then it's door time. But like I said, the boot was perfect. It just had chips through it, so I've pretty much put that back, edge primed it, buzzed that back a bit, and high filled it, and it's ready to buzz back, and it's pretty much right for colour, as most of the back of the car is. Give us a look. So here it is. That spot you probably see there, that's a bit of high fill out of a can. But the boots, like I said, there's nothing wrong with the boot. There's certainly no rust or no dents in it. It's probably the one of the better panels on the car. Right down here. I've just touched that beaver panel for now. I've got to do, that's that messy corner. I'm probably going to have to drop the exhaust, well, at least the left-hand exhaust, to do that, and then we'll get back onto that quarter. That's where that plate was I just showed. He was in there somewhere, and it just needs a little bit more work. Same with this bit here. It had the plate welded in here somewhere. It just needs a little bit more. And this dog leg, although the door is sitting in too far, so it's a bit off-putting, but you can see there something I think's hit it here, and it's pushed it that way back in towards the middle of the car. You can see the crack through there, so, and a kink there. So I have to get the wheel off and get in there and try and just pull it out a bit. Hopefully it does what I want it to do. The rest of this quarter's, it's the tits. It's, you can see there, it's got a bit of dirt on it, but no bubbles, no rust. So we're happy there. That's a screw hole, I believe, there. I've fixed a bit of rust here, which is covered anyway once that chrome trim's on, but you've got to knock it out. Yeah, so inside the boot, all this bit's all took care of. All that in a bit there and around this bastard. I took a couple of discs. I'm not fussed about it, like these little areas here, and there was a big one just here that was pushed right in. I'm not fussed about that, to be honest with you. So that's the back of the car. Pretty good, like I said. And today being Sunday, but when I get home from work tomorrow night, I'll tear back in and get this, at least get this quarter done. I'll have to get that back door off, and we'll tear into that once the body's done, of course. I think because I'm going to have to turn it around to do that back corner, I might even get this quarter sorted, take the door off and do all those innards there around the door jambs and whatnot. Then I may even do those two doors. That way they're done. They're done. I can sit them on, take the car out, turn the bastard around again, then I can do that corner and then the two left-hand doors. And then while it's in the other way around, I can at least, I'll probably hang the front clip and then do the front clip while it's hanging on the car. But it's work to be done, and we're here to do it. Geez, I put some holes in those, didn't I? I was going to block them out, but I thought, oh, no, bugger it. I'll put them back in, these badges. That was a Kingswood, and that was a 5-litre badge, and I think that one there was a radial tune suspension. I'm not worried about paint on those exhausts, because I'll either re-tip it or I will re-exhaust it eventually. We'll be back on the next. Ha! And the Renegades won, you fucking beauty. Beat the Stars. Don't know how they beat them, but they beat them. The other thing I was looking at too, with me wheels, the centre caps. Speedy. You can see they're all blistered and knackered. They're an American branded rim. Well, they are, because that's what's stamped on the inside of them when I took the tyres off. I don't believe you can still get that piece. The problem is it's a 45mm insert there, and the most common size you can buy online for, you know, they might have skulls or whatever on it, a 55mm, 10mm more. I think I'll try some and see how they look, but I don't think they're going to work. I think I'll need to fill that that piece there. Yeah, so I've got to do a bit of homework and just see if I can find something. I don't need to replace, obviously, the whole cap. That's cast alloy. But the centres are just, the poor old things are a bit shot. Worst comes to worst, who's going to notice it, really? Unless you go up and look at it close. But So yeah, that's where we're up to at the moment. Ready to go in, call it a night, get cleaned up for another week of work. And we'll get onto this quarter panel tomorrow and start tearing this bad boy a new one. I've got to get some more supplies, of course. I'll get some blade putty, and I'm just about out of thinners, so I'm going to need some more. I'll get some more premium and some more gun wash style thinners because I've been shooting the guns out a bit. And it's funny too, I used my shit gun. The shit gun for the primer, etch and high fill, and geez, I'll tell you what, I don't know, it just seems to put paint down a lot better than the other one, although the finish on that front cow was pretty good, but like, that's a panel where you can just lay your colour and then just literally hose the clear on, and it's not going to show up runs, it's that kind of panel. It's not going to be that easy when it comes to doing some of these bigger panels, but it'll be right. It'll be right. We might pop this one up, upload it, and we'll start again tomorrow fresh and get a bit more done. Until then, take it easy. Go the Gades.